Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagem. Okay, so today is another dragging video. Louis Vuitton and Gucci are being dragged today all around the world. I'm so here for it. So without further ado, let's get started. As you know, I'm getting ready to go to Johannesburg in a few weeks time, and there is Louis Vuitton, Gucci and Cartier there, and a bunch of other luxury brands have boutiques there. So today I thought I would play it a little closer to home. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. So let's get started. The first dragging story is from the Johannesburg boutique for Gucci, and as I explained to you, all of the luxury boutiques in Johannesburg are in this portion of this shopping center, which is called Sandton City. The portion of it is called the Diamond Walk. That's important so that you understand the dragging story, well, which is a review. This is relatively recent. It was taken a year ago. The person wrote the review a year ago. I went to Gucci Sandton, meaning the Gucci boutique in the Sandton City shopping center yesterday, and the service that I received was horrible. It took them 8 to 10 minutes for them to assist me, even though people were around, but they showed no interest at all. Maybe because I work in the center, the shopping center, and I looked like I couldn't afford to buy anything from the boutique. I was then assisted by a negative, she says the essay's name, so I won't say the essay's name, person who showed no interest. I asked him to confirm if he had a size, and after he confirmed, he asked me if I was sure about the price. Like, seriously, who goes to Gucci without knowing the price? My thoughts exactly, like, no one does that. I told him I'm coming back after my lunch break, and I still received the same treatment when the essay's name went back to get the sandals. I found him discussing with his colleague, not sure what was the discussion, but it took him 30 minutes to assist me. Even at pay point, he was so negative. Maybe if you work in the center, you're not allowed to show yourself at Gucci. And she put some broken heart emojis. First of all, let me just say I'm on her side. You guys always drag me, honey. You always say I'm always defending the boutiques and the essays. The essay's wrong. However, there are a few cultural things I want to kind of explain here. So, for example, there's a cultural nuance here, being that, and even though South Africa and Tanzania are two totally different countries with two completely different cultures, generally speaking, I would say in most African countries, if you don't dress nicely shopping at like a local boutique in an African country, you are judged and you are treated badly. So I'm guessing that like she said, she works in the shopping center and she was going there to buy shoes. And unless you've been to Sandton, you won't understand how removed the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, Cartier, Versace boutiques are. So essentially, Sandton City is a massive shopping center. When I go to Johannesburg, I will do a vlog so you can really see the shopping center and you can see how big it is and you can see how removed the luxury boutiques are. And then, so you have Sandton City, you've got all kinds of boutiques. So you've got Zara, you've got H&M, you've got anything and everything is in that shopping center. You need anything, you will find it there. Then on the top floor, in this like really secluded part of the shopping center, that is where you have the Diamond Walk, and then you have Louis Vuitton, you have Gucci, Cartier, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Jimmy Choo, etc. It's really, really, really removed. You will not just stumble across it. You have to know where you're going in the shopping center to find it. And like I said, I'll do a vlog when we're heading there in a few weeks' time. I'll definitely do that vlog so you guys can see. So I know what she means. So what basically is what she's saying is that the people who work at the Diamond Walk, because it's so secluded and cut off basically from the rest of the shopping center, the essays there, boo-boo, they know basically who's walking in there. They know. They have their regular clients, they'll have walk-in clients who are probably very, wealthy, affluent locals, or tourists from other African countries, or tourists who have come on safari, or other walk-in clients. So they're thinking, oh, they probably recognized her from working in the shopping center because she works in another shop in the shopping center. So she felt like they were turning their noses at her for that. So I just wanted to kind of explain that, because some of this is cultural, and if you're not from an African country, you won't understand. So what she's saying is that she felt like the SA was looking down on her because she works at Santon City, and like she didn't have the right to go in there, and that's wrong. That is wrong. I know you guys always think I'm always defending boutiques for their shenanigans and their games. That is bang out of order, absolutely unacceptable, and that's wrong. And I don't support that. Particularly here when she said, you know, when he asked her like, you know, was she sure about the price? Like, who goes, and she's like, who goes to Gucci without knowing the price? 2 question marks. Exactly. Who goes to any luxury brand without knowing how much something costs? Every person goes in there and knows how much it costs. Like, no one just walks in there and doesn't know. So that's bang out of order. Sounds like she was buying shoes. Gucci's shoes are not cheap. I don't know why people act like they are. They're not. They're very high quality, but they're not cheap. The SA clearly thought because she works in the shopping center, she doesn't have the money to buy Gucci. That is what the SA thought. It's so obvious. I'm on her side. This is bang out of order, and this is wrong. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Cartier, all of the luxury brands are like 10% more expensive to buy in South African rand. It depends what's going on with the South African rand, but broadly speaking, it's more expensive to shop from luxury brands there. But obviously the stress of being, you know, of trying to get a visa, to go to France, to go to the UK, to go to America, I mean, you're actually just spending more money trying to shop in Europe anyway. That is like one of the reasons why I'm definitely going to be going on my trip, and I'm so excited because even if it's more expensive than what it is on the EU site, it's just so convenient to just jump on a plane and I'll be in South Africa in, you know, 3.5 hours. That is very, very, very appealing. When I saw this dragging story, I told Edwin about it, and I rarely tell him about dragging stories, but because it was about the Johannesburg store, I was like, let me tell him about it. And he was, the first thing he said was, obviously, because she works in the shopping center, they've seen her about, and they thought that she wasn't good enough to shop at Gucci in Johannesburg. That's not fair, it's not wrong. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. This is on Google reviews, boo-boo, okay? It can't be taken down. They are bang out of order. It's wrong. It's wrong. We need to put our hands up. When these brands are wrong, we put our hands up and say, you're bang out of order. You shouldn't be treating people like that. I'd love to know what you guys think about this one, because I thought it was just particularly interesting. Like, why would you think that's okay? Like, particularly asking someone, like, is the price okay? Like, do you know how much this is? Like, she's completely right. Like, who walks in to a luxury boutique not knowing how much something is? Like, we all have an idea. Like, for example, I definitely want to see, and I will be going to the Gucci boutique when we go there. I want to see this one jumper, which I think in the EU is like 790 euros. I'm curious to know how much it is in rand. Of course I know how much it is. So, and at the very least, I know how much it is in Paris. So that would give me an idea for how much it will be, you know, in South Africa. They're wrong. The client won this one. The client won, okay? That is bang out of order. I hope that she cheers up, because I wouldn't want to be made to feel bad like that. And whether she works in the shopping center or not is irrelevant. She has the money to purchase. She should be treated just like any other client. And it's wrong. It's not surprising though. Shops in Tanzania are the same way. If you don't look, you know, wealthy, you don't look rich, you don't look, you know, in inverted commas, if you don't look like bags of money, they just think you're broke and you don't have any money. And they will let you know, boo-boo, they will let you know that they think you're broke, okay? It's really, really bang out of order. The next one is from the Louis Vuitton boutique in New York City. This is one of the LV boutiques in New York. This is from 4 days ago. This is a long one. It's messy, okay? It's so messy. Oh yeah, and I forgot that in America, like, you put the month first, then the day, whereas here we do the day, then the month. And so on the 12th of June, but it's obviously June 12th, but I say 12th of June. On the 12th of June at around 3:30, I entered the boutique to purchase a pair of 1.1 million sunglasses. The store associate was much less friendly than the usual experience I get at the Charlotte, North Carolina location. When we went to wrap up the purchase, she asked if I would be interested in ready to wear. You got tested, boo boo. You got tested. You were put under the lights, okay, for that exam. I'm calling it the luxury shopping exam. I took this as a fairly insulting. No, hold on, wait. I said I was not, and she made a comment asking if I only purchased small accessories. Ooh. I took this as a fairly insulting comment, as it seemed she was implying I was only there to make small purchases. After I made the purchase, I went back to where I was staying and tried them on and realized they weren't going to be the best fit for me. Well, why didn't you try them on when you were in the shop, mate? The very next day, I went back to the store with the original packaging and receipt. I was assigned an SA who then unboxed the sunglasses, took a look at them. She then called over what seemed to be the store manager to take a look at them. She was not friendly in the slightest and didn't introduce herself. She seemed annoyed when I was attempting a return and asked why I didn't like them. I explained my reasoning and she immediately said they had smudges on the frame. Her and the previous associate had handled them more than I had between the two alone. She didn't mention any scratching, nicks or damage, only smudging. I explained that I had not had the chance to really wear them as it was cloudy the day I purchased them. She quickly snapped back at me and said that the sun did indeed come out later that day. Okay, that's weird. She then proceeded to tell me it doesn't matter the weather, people wear their sunglasses anytime. The store manager is losing her mind, okay? She's gone absolutely doolally. She's gone completely mad. This response was totally unacceptable. I couldn't believe she was actually arguing with me over the weather. She essentially called me a liar, but she sure did, okay? She sure did. She spent the next 10 minutes rubbing the glasses with the case and continuously shaking her head and sighing. She then processed the return and handed me the receipt. It was a completely valid return and she knew that. I could understand if the return was after a few weeks, but it only been 24 hours. It's absurd to me that a company would sell sunglasses for nearly $1,000 but not stand by a proper return. This experience has completely turned me off from making future purchases from LV. Okay, so a few things. This is a draw. This is a draw. You, okay, knew exactly what you were doing. You went in there, okay, you bought sunglasses, okay. You, instead of trying them on in the boutique, after she checked you and asked you, are you going to buy ready to wear? By the way, that was the test. We'll talk about that in a minute. And you were like, no, I'm not going to buy them. You bought them. Then you go back to the hotel and you try them on at the hotel. My gosh, guys, come on. No, we have got to stop this. Even us as clients, we have to say, look, no. You remember when I did my Louis Vuitton Paris shopping vlogs, I was trying on sunglasses at the Champs-Elysees. I wasn't saying, oh, I'm going to buy these sunglasses, but, not purchase anything else. And I wasn't saying like, well, I'm going to buy these sunglasses and not try them on in the shop. Like, you need to try them on in the shop. Why would you think it's okay for you to buy them? Okay, you didn't try them on in the shop. It's not clear whether the client did. I'm going to guess that the client didn't, only based on this portion here. After I made the purchase, I went back to where I was staying and tried them on and realized they weren't going to be the best fit for you. Why didn't you try them on in the boutique? You're bang out of order as a client, and it makes it, I'm sorry. It makes other clients look bad. That you don't know what you're doing. You're walking in there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy those millionaire shades, whatever. And then you buy them, you don't try them on in the shop. Then you go back to the hotel, you have a whinge and a moan, and you want to return them. So now, another part where the client went wrong, and I know some of you won't agree with this, is the client was tested by the SA. After purchasing, the SA was like, would you like to see ready to wear? That was a test. You failed that test, boo-boo, okay? You failed that test, okay? The client who is writing this review is a man We all know that Louis Vuitton is really passionate about their menswear business, particularly the men's ready-to-wear. They really, really, really want people to buy the men's clothing. And in fact, I've noticed that the men's prêt-à-porter is much more affordable than the women's ready-to-wear. Like even, I think the t-shirts are like 320 euros or something like that. Just over 300 euros. They're very affordable. They are very, very serious about menswear there. You got tested, you failed that test because you were like, no, I'm not interested in buying any clothes. I feel like maybe what he could have done, just to soften things a bit, is he could have said, oh, okay, maybe not today, but you can show me what you have. Do you have anything interesting? Just to make it clear, like when I was shopping in Paris, I made it clear I wasn't buying any exotics at that time, but I was interested in just seeing them. I just wanted to see them. And he's like, okay, cool, show them to me. You failed the test. I've noticed that essays, particularly Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Hermès essays test you. I was also tested at the Champs-Élysées Louis Vuitton boutique, and I don't think I actually talked about this at all. But just before we were leaving, after I bought the Louise earrings, I was like, oh, do you have fine jewelry? He's like, oh yeah, can I show you? I was like, yeah. And then he like showed me two bracelets. He showed me one that was completely iced out, thugged out in diamonds, you get me? And then he showed me another one that was like plain gold. And I think he was trying to get me to see if I'd be interested in the plain gold one for the future. I was like, oh, I like that one with diamonds. They test you all of the time. That is what they do at the moment. They love testing. So you failed that test, boo-boo. You failed the test, okay? You failed that exam. 0 marks for you. You got an F. She asked you, would you be interested in ready-to-wear? What you should have said was, ooh, you know, I'm just here today to buy sunglasses, but do you have anything interesting? Maybe next time. Always make it gently, like a gentle, soft landing, okay? Don't blame me. I'm the daughter of diplomats. There are ways to say things, particularly when it's been a frosty experience. You know, make it thaw a bit, don't make it as icy. You also as the client, make it a little bit more softer, and then you never know, she could have been like, okay, cool, let me show you some things. Knowing very well you're not gonna buy anything, but maybe in the future you might be interested, or, you know, I'm not interested in ready-to-wear today, but maybe I could have your card, and then the next time I'm in New York, you can show me some pieces. Be diplomatic, okay? So the client is also wrong. Now, where LV went overboard and was completely wrong was, oh, hold on, wait, I haven't finished about the client. The client's also wrong. Buying and then returning in 24 hours. You are wrong. You're wrong, okay? That is tacky. Sorry. So many of you are gonna be mad at me. That is absolutely not cool. I don't think that's cool to buy something and return it in 24 hours, particularly when you didn't try it on in the boutique. You're wrong for that. So 3 strikes for you to the client. But now I really have to drag LV. LV needs to be dragged, sweetheart, because this is too much. The store manager coming over, the store manager being annoyed that the clients are attempting a return, and the store manager, you know, like trying to check the client about weather. Like, okay, what? Is this the Weather Channel? Why are you trying to bring up weather? Like, am I watching Twister? There are tornadoes here. Like, why are you bringing up the weather? It has nothing to do with anything. You know, here, like, she then proceeded to explain to me that it doesn't matter the weather. People wear their sunglasses at any time. Listen, let me stop you right there, Louis Vuitton store manager. You are bang out of order. You're wrong. Sorry, you're wrong. And I'm an LV girl. I love LV, honey. I love big LV and her wig. You get me? You guys should know how I feel about Louis Vuitton and her reverse monogram wig, but she's wrong. She's wrong. That's wrong. telling the person, like, you can wear it anytime. That's completely wrong. I couldn't believe she was arguing with me over the weather. She essentially called me a liar. Yeah, she did. She called you a liar. That's wrong. Oh my God, that is wrong. She then spent the next 10 minutes rubbing the sunglasses with the case, continuously shaking her head and sighing. She's rubbing it and cleaning it so that they can sell it to someone else. I have okay. Hold on, wait. She processed the return. The store manager and the SAs being upset is understandable because this person is basically a time waster. Basically, you're a time waster. You went in there, you bought sunglasses that you didn't try on in the boutique, and then you go to the hotel or wherever you're staying, and then you try them on there. That is not that is not the way, in my opinion, that luxury goods should be shopped. That's the whole reason why they have mirrors there, why they have fitting rooms, so that you can try on the product essentially there, so that you can see if you like it. Of course, there are other things to factor. I think I've chatted about this before, like how luxury boutiques have like beautiful like ambient lighting. It's like really cozy lighting. It makes you feel really excited to spend your money. They've got aromatics. They have like perfumes. It smells like florals or like vanilla cupcakes and things like that, so it makes you want to spend. But at the end of the day, you know, I can see how that would be so annoying for the store manager, the SA. It's like, well, you came in here, you bought these sunglasses, and yeah, those sunglasses are expensive, but I'm sorry, that is just, I'm sorry. You know, for a Louis Vuitton boutique in New York City, you know, I'm sorry, $1,000 sunglasses that they wake up and put their wigs on and they've made that money. So I know the client's like, oh, I spent $1,000 buying sunglasses, and not to be rude, but it's like whatever kind of thing. So it's a draw. The store manager's bang out of order. I know you guys are gonna come for me in these comments. Don't you dare. Let me stop you right there, okay? You're not coming for me in these comments, okay? It's a draw, but the client is still wrong. The client's a time waster, talking about, oh, they're not that friendly. You returned something after 24 hours, you time wasting person with a cone on your head. No, okay? No, you guys. I'm gonna need to know what you think about this before we head to the next dragging story. Please consider fully subscribing to my channel and hitting notifications. Some of you are not turning on your notifications, and then you end up missing out on my videos. I've been getting some PMs and DMs about it, like, hey, are you still posting on time? I'm pretty much posting the days I say I'm going to post. So please, you must turn on your notifications in order to get my videos on time. So please consider doing that. I'd love just to make sure that you guys are getting my videos. The final dragging story is the review of the Louis Vuitton boutique in Lisbon in Portugal, and this is a very interesting one. This is very interesting, so let's go through it. It's very long, so just bear with me because there are lots of details that we need to kind of chat about. So basically, there was a client who she said that she went to Lisbon for her birthday, and she's originally from New York. I thought I would take advantage of the VAT refund, so I went on Friday to purchase gifts for my parents. I forgot my passport, and the SA, who is new but a sweetheart, said she will not be able to hold anything. So to purchase the gifts and come back with my passport to return the gifts and purchase again. Oh gosh. So on my last day in Portugal, I had to take a detour trip back to Louis Vuitton, even though I'm super busy with getting C19 testing. When I entered the store, I told the lady at the door that I came to return and purchase so I could get the VAT refund. The lady at the door was so rude, capital letters. She spoke to me in an accusatory manner and said that no SA would tell me that. We explained that this is what the SA had instructed. She was very dismissive and sent us upstairs to speak to another SA. Once upstairs, another SA approached us, and when we tried to explain the situation, she also responded with an accusatory statement saying none of her SAs would ever say that. She explained that it was illegal for Louis Vuitton to do that as it's against Portuguese law. Although the Louis Vuitton return policy is 30 days. My sister explained it was not our suggestion and we were instructed to do so by the SA. She checked the receipt and I guess she realized the first SA was indeed new and may have given bad advice. In the end, she was unable to help us, but she was also very apologetic. I was angry and annoyed, wanted to leave ASAP. They were just giving excuses. However, as I was trying to leave the store, our SA and the lady at the door were talking to each other. I walked past her to push open the door, and the lady at the door grabbed my arm and raised her voice at me to say that the door is broken. From the minute we entered to when we left, We were treated poorly. It was humiliating, as there were other guests there. I understand that they were unable to accommodate my request, but again, it was the SA who suggested the option to me in the first place. I felt like they owed me an apology as I took time out my last day in Lisbon to go back to their store, as the SA suggested. Instead, I was being reprimanded when it wasn't my fault to begin with. This was 3 months ago. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, hi to everyone in Portugal. Hi guys. It's my understanding that the Louis Vuitton in Lisbon is the only Louis Vuitton boutique in the entire country of Portugal, and it's also my understanding that in Portugal, you can only shop there. They don't have like a Louis Vuitton Portugal website. That's what I have understood from just quickly researching this store. This is relevant because essentially this is the only place that you can buy Louis Vuitton in Portugal, unless I haven't understood correctly, but that's what I have understood. So this isn't a case of, oh, just go to another Louis Vuitton. This is the Louis Vuitton in Lisbon, okay? A few things. First of all, okay, you know, I'm weird about you people putting their hands on me. Don't put your hands on me. If the door doesn't work, honey, boo-boo, you just tell me that the door doesn't work, don't put your hands on me. This is another great example of cultural misunderstanding. Some of you are always saying, I'm always defending rude essays and saying it's a cultural thing. This is a cultural misunderstanding thing. To me, I feel like this is a cultural misunderstanding because essentially they got a new essay, a trainee who didn't understand that she gave bad advice. That makes no sense at all. To buy it, return it to get the VAT refund. That makes no sense. Let's be completely clear. That makes no sense at all. How can you buy something and then return it? And another thing to the client, everyone knows if you're shopping for the VAT refund, you have to take your passport. So here when she's like, oh, I forgot my passport. I mean, girl, bye. Okay, I don't really understand. Like, so you created the situation when you went shopping at Louis Vuitton without your passport. Had you gone with your passport, you would have gotten your papers for the VAT refund. Having a new trainee, I don't want to blame the trainee too much because I've been there when I've started new jobs and you're always making mistakes. It happens. But the way that they were like spoken to, like, you know, the fact that they were really rude, it's not right that they were rude, but I feel like the basically she's saying here, the lady at the door, and definitely putting their hands on her, that's bang out of order, but the lady at the door being really rude and the other SA being super, super rude, it's possible that they were trying to communicate and highlight, you're not getting this VAT refund, it's not going to happen. And they wanted to make sure that the person understood that it wasn't going to happen. I feel like the bit that I don't really understand is this portion here. She explained that it was illegal for Louis Vuitton to do this, as it was against Portuguese law, even though LV's return policy is 30 days. I don't know the situation in Portugal. I'm not really, I don't feel like I understand. I feel like what this is a good example of is cultural misunderstandings, but also them just thinking, like the lady at the door and the other SA thinking, this client's a massive headache for us, like you buy stuff, you return it, and then you buy it again to get the refund. I mean, that makes no sense. I feel like she, as the client, should have been like, sometimes like when things don't make sense to you, use common sense, because I feel like, ooh, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would I buy it and then return it and then buy it again to get the refund? I would just rather go and get my passport. So that's what you should have done, okay, is go get your passport at the hotel, come back with your passport and purchase the items. You know, that's really what she should have done. Because here she's like, you know, I should purchase the gifts and come back with my passport to return the items and purchase again. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I think when something doesn't make sense, use your common sense to kind of deduce the situation to figure out what could what is like the right thing. I think that they felt like it was just a pain for them to process basically the refund and they maybe could have done it, but I feel like sometimes when there's like negative energy in the air, people don't want to help. I'm not saying it's her fault, but I think them kind of harping on and on and on about the essay telling us this, the essay said this, I think that was getting the other essay and the other woman who's working at the brand really wound up. I feel like the client should have de-escalated the situation, and so should have the Louis Vuitton employees. When she kept banging on and on and on about the fact that the essay told them, I mean, of course we believe her, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Like, you need to de-escalate situations, particularly in a high-end luxury boutique. You don't want to have raised voices, people getting stressed, people getting wound up. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like she should have de-escalated it. Like, when, like, the first time you say it, the second time you say it, they're like, no, 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 no. I feel like if you want that VAT refund, you know, calm down a little bit as well. And I know it's annoying, I know you guys can be mad at me, but I'm trying to say what she should have done in order to get her money, okay? She should have been like, oh, do you know what? It's maybe possible that I didn't understand her, or maybe my Portuguese isn't good enough, assuming that maybe you tried to speak Portuguese, but you probably did speak English, or maybe I didn't understand what she was saying, and it's possible that this is just a misunderstanding, a mistranslation. It happens, particularly shopping in Europe. Not everyone speaks English, and frankly, not everyone has to speak English. In Portugal, people speak Portuguese. In France, people speak French. Like, you know, I don't think that you can assume that every single person speaks English. I'm sorry, no, okay? And if someone does speak English, that is a bonus, of course, you know? So maybe she should have been like, you know what, I think that this was just like a misunderstanding. Would it be okay with you, just so that I can get the VAT refund, if I could perhaps process the refund now, even though I've already purchased the items? Is there anything we can do to help me process the refund? Sometimes it's the way you talk and the way you say things, but if you sound like annoyed and wound up and you keep repeating, she said this, she said that, she said that, that is going to get people annoyed and wound up. The person who put their hand on her to grab her arm about the door, that's wrong. I don't condone that. I'm weird about that. Don't touch me. Oh my God, don't touch me. Please, please God, do not touch me. Okay, because we are going to have a problem if you put your hands on me. But you as well, why are you banging on and on and on and on, you get me, about the trainee telling you this? The trainee told you an absolutely insane thing that makes no sense. Buy things, buy them, come back in a few days, return them to get the VAT refund and buy them again? Girl, no. It's hard. I want to know. The jury's out. I'm gonna wait until I give my judgment on this. Who's wrong, the client or Louis Vuitton? I think they're both wrong. I think it's another draw. Clients are not winning today, but Louis Vuitton isn't winning either. I'd love to know what you think about this one. It's a Louis Vuitton and Gucci today, so I'd love to know what you guys think. So yeah, make sure that you tell me. You guys always get mad at me anytime we do dragging videos. I was like, I'm always defending essays and the brands, and it's because clients are annoying. The client here, I feel like the client here, it's not really her fault, but I think she should have used common sense. The essay told you that think about it. Does that, for example, if the client was shopping in New York, because she said she was originally from New York, in New York, would they tell you, in any of the Louis Vuitton boutiques in New York, would they tell you, buy these items? Let's assume that there's a VAT refund in New York, and yes, I know, whatever, we're just assuming. Let's assume that there's a VAT refund, a European style VAT refund in New York. Would they be like, yeah, like, buy them, come back in 2 days with your passport and return them, and then buy them again to get the refund? That is absolute nonsense. Someone who's thinking something through would say, oh, you don't have your passport. I'm sorry, I can't process it without the passport. Can you go back to the hotel or to your Airbnb, and can you bring your passport so you can purchase them? Okay? Come on, guys, no. The client, you know, I don't really want to blame the brand new essay. I've made a lot of mistakes when I used to have jobs. and you start a new job, you're always making mistakes. The first week, the first month of working somewhere new, you're always making mistakes. So she's allowed to make a mistake. She's a human being. But the essays being like, no essay here will say that. They're clapping back. Oh my God, they were doing way too much. That's way too much energy. And that's also bang out of order. So I don't really know where I feel about this Lisbon, Portugal story. I feel like everyone is wrong, but I would love to know what you guys think about that. By the way, Louis Vuitton have a bunch of new summer releases that are coming. Let me know if you want to see a video about these summer releases. There's some new summer releases coming. Next week I'm going to have a fine jewelry video. I think I've already told you guys about that because Cartier have a gorgeous new high jewelry collection, and they have new watches, and they have Cartier's decided she wants people to talk about her. That's fine. We can do that. So yeah, please consider fully subscribing to my channel, hitting notifications, joining the group. The group is so fire, so lit. You are missing out if you're not in the group. You must join the group. It's really important. I posted a TikTok today. Okay, I posted a TikTok for the first time in ages, so go follow me there and on my luxury Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week in my subsequent videos.